There is no doubt that Taehyung is undoubtedly Jungkook's favorite muse, a special being who always seems to be the center of his world. Every time Jungkook holds a camera in his hand, his eyes seem to automatically seek out Taehyung's beautiful face, as if he can't help but capture his essence in every shot. It's not just about aesthetics, although, of course, Taehyung is pure beauty. It's something much deeper and more intimate. When Jungkook records, whatever the event or occasion, Taehyung becomes the undisputed protagonist in his gaze. It's as if the camera is an extension of what he feels, a way to convey to the world what he sees, what he feels every time he sees it. And it's inevitable to remember the moment at the awards ceremony where Jungkook was tasked with being the most important part of the event. It was a serious task, a responsibility, but Jungkook, putting his heart on the line, had a different mission to keep his focus on Taehyung. And it wasn't just a whim. It wasn't a mistake, it was another example of what Taehyung meant to him. Every frame, every focus on Taehyung is a silent confession, a statement of how much he admires him. How much he can't stop looking at him. There are even moments when Taehyung, with his characteristic sweetness, gives a small gesture, like a silent plea to stop focusing on him. Maybe Taehyung feels a little embarrassed under Jungkook's scrutiny, but even if he tries to avoid it, it is impossible to escape the admiration of someone who truly loves you. Because yes, Jungkook's love for Taehyung is seen in those small details, how he always makes him the center of attention and not just as his life partner but as his deepest inspiration. And even though Taehyung tries to tell him with a gesture that it's enough, Jungkook, stubborn in his devotion, continues, because when you love someone as much as he loves Taehyung, there is no way to stop looking at him and there is no way to avoid him. It's as if their eyes are fixed on him and as if they can't help but follow him. Every time he is in front of the camera, everything revolves around Taehyung. And the whole world fades away, leaving only the figure that represents everything beautiful and graceful to him. But it's not just Jungkook who has fallen for Taehyung's charm. Because it's proven that BTS's V is not only his lover's muse, but also an artist who sees him as an endless source of inspiration. One artist who did not want to be named has created some of the most impressive and moving works about Taehyung. His paintings capture the essence of Taehyung in a way that only someone who is greatly admired can inspire. And Taehyung is not just a figure, he is art itself, the way he moves, the way he expresses his emotions, even his smallest movements. So that everything about him is a masterpiece that continues to move. And he has understood it perfectly. His latest creation is a clear example of how Taehyung can personify the duality of a gentle and passionate human being. It's amazing how through art you can see Taehyung from so many angles, all beautiful and powerful. In this latest painting, we can appreciate the complexity that defines him. The ability to be vulnerable and strong, sweet and seductive in one movement. His admiration for Taehyung is evident in every stroke, in every detail he captures with such care. It's as if Taehyung is an endless source of inspiration, not only for Jungkook who loves him with every fiber of his being, but also for those who can look beyond the superficial and understand that kimtaehyung is pure art. Jungkook with his camera and he with his brush share the same vision of not seeing Taehyung as just a person, but as a masterpiece that never ceases to amaze. And every time Jungkook focuses on him, every time an artist depicts him, they are essentially immortalizing that undeniable beauty. That magic that radiates from Taehyung without even trying. Because Taehyung doesn't need to do anything special to be attractive, he just is, and that's enough for those who love him. Like Jungkook, and those who admire him, like him to not be able to look away from him. In every look, in every brushstroke, there is evidence that Taehyung is more than just an idol. He is a being who inspires love, art and admiration in those who are lucky enough to see him for who he is. But let's continue talking about the love and admiration Jungkook feels for Taehyung, because if there's one thing that's clear in every interaction between them, It's that Taehyung is not just his muse, but also the light that guides his muse. Every time Jungkook picks up a camera, his eyes seem to automatically seek out what he considers to be the most beautiful thing in the world, Taehyung. It is no coincidence that in all the music videos that Jungkook has shot or edited, the percentage of shots dedicated to Taehyung is much higher than that of anyone else. This is not just a technical or aesthetic decision, it is a concrete manifestation of the love that Jungkook feels for Taehyung. In his eyes is the personification of pure beauty. A perfection that only someone in love can see. Every frame, every look through the lens, is a silent confession, a statement that Taehyung is the most precious thing in his life. And although it may seem subtle to some, those who pay attention can notice that Jungkook always finds a way to focus attention on himself, as if he can't help but do it. And the reason is very simple, which Jungkook repeats several times as a mantra in his life. Taehyung is beautiful in my eyes. There are no words that can express more clearly what Taehyung means to him. It is more than just admiration, more than just an appreciation of his physical beauty, and it is a deep connection that goes beyond the visual.